No one has ever held you back more than you have. Not your past, not your parents, not your environment, not even your enemies. It was always you. The doubts you believed, the chances you never took, the times you chose comfort over growth. Every moment you gave in, every time you backed down, there was no one else to blame. This book isn't about blaming. It's about ownership. Radical, unfiltered, no excuses ownership. You, just you, is not a motivational slogan. It's not something you print on a t-shirt and forget about. It's a way of living, a mentality, a daily war, and who you could be. Most people are fighting the wrong fight. They spend their lives trying to win over others, trying to impress, to compete, to prove something to people who don't matter. But the real fight, the only one that will ever bring peace, is with it. This audiobook is for the person who's tired of running from their potential. Tired of the patterns, the excuses, the lies we tell ourselves when no one's watching. It's for the ones who have hit rock bottom, not once, but over and over, and still believe there's something stronger inside. You don't need a cheerleader. You need a challenge. You don't need more motivation. You need a moment of truth. That moment is now, right here, with every word you're about to hear. This is your confrontation, not with the world, with yourself. Are you ready? Subscribe to never miss books like this one. Chapter 1. The Mirror Never Lies. There's one person you can't lie to. Not your coach, not your boss, not your friends, not even your family. It's the person staring back at you in the mirror. You've spent your life trying to convince the world of who you are, who you want to be, and what you're capable of. But the mirror knows the truth. It knows the days you've skipped workouts, the moments you've given up before reaching your potential, the times you've taken the easy way out. The mirror doesn't care about your excuses or your stories. It only shows you one thing: reality. It reflects the person you've allowed yourself to become. And that person can either stay the same, stuck in their patterns, their comfort zones, or they can evolve. The choice is yours. But here's the catch. The mirror never lies. It's brutally honest. So if you're tired of hearing the same story, seeing the same reflection, and feeling the weight of regret, it's time to do something about it. The first step in winning the battle of you versus you is confronting yourself. No more pretending. No more hiding behind fake stories. No more excuses. The person you've been is not who you're destined to be. But to change that, you have to face the truth. Right now, look in that mirror and ask yourself, who am I really? And if you don't like the answer, take the steps to rewrite it. The mirror doesn't care about your past. It only shows you who you are in this moment. And you have the power to change that with every choice you make from here on out. Are you ready to stop lying to yourself? The journey to becoming the best version of you starts with this single question. Chapter 2. Comfort is the killer. We all know what it feels like to take the easy route. Comfort is the silent killer of greatness. It's the enemy you don't see coming. It sneaks in like a friend, offering relief when you're tired, reassurance when you're unsure, and pleasure when you're seeking escape. But every time you choose comfort, you delay your growth, your potential, your future. The road to success isn't paved with ease. It's built on discomfort, on struggle, on pushing through when every fiber of your body wants to quit. When you're uncomfortable, that's when the magic happens. That's when you're becoming the person you were meant to be. Not when everything is easy and smooth, but when you're forced to level up, to dig deeper, to tap into parts of yourself that you didn't. That's every time you choose comfort, you choose mediocrity. You choose to stay the same, but if you want to be great, if you want to be something more than just average, you must learn to embrace discomfort like an old friend. You must seek out the challenge, the grind, the struggle. Because that's where growth happens. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally. When you're uncomfortable, you're changing. You're becoming the version of yourself that you were always meant to be. So stop running from it. Stop making excuses. Comfort is the killer, and if you want to win the battle of you versus you, it's time to stop choosing it. Embrace the grind, chase discomfort, and understand this. The moment you stop choosing the easy path is the moment you start winning. Chapter 3. Excuses are addictive. Excuses are the ultimate form of self-sabotage. They sound sweet, reassuring, like a safety net when you're afraid to take action. They promise relief from your failures and mistakes, offering comfort in the form of denial. But what they really do is trap you in a cycle of inaction. Every excuse you make weakens your resolve, feeding your doubts, your fears, and your laziness. It starts small. I don't have time. I'm not ready yet. It's too hard. But each excuse builds upon the last, creating a wall between you and the life you want to live. And before you know it, you've convinced yourself that it's okay to keep procrastinating, to keep putting things off. Excuses become your crutch, your shield from reality. But in reality, they only keep you stuck. The problem with excuses is that they always feel justified. They give you a reason not to take responsibility, not to step up, not to take the risk. But every time you let an excuse win, you push your potential further away. And the more you feed them, the harder it becomes to break free. Excuses don't just limit your actions, they limit your thinking. They keep you from seeing the opportunities around you. They blur your vision and slow your progress. But here's the brutal truth. Every excuse you make is a decision to stay exactly where you are, to remain in the same place, trapped in the same mindset. If you want to win the battle of you versus you have to get serious about taking responsibility. No more hiding behind excuses. No more pretending that you're not capable or that the world is holding you back. The only thing holding you back is your own refusal to stop making excuses. The next time you find yourself justifying why you can't do something, ask yourself this: is this really the truth? Or is it just another excuse that's keeping me from becoming who I know I can be? Excuses are addictive, but breaking free from them is the key to unlocking your full potential. It's time to stop making excuses and start making progress. Chapter 4. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is a fleeting feeling. Some days, it comes to you strong, pushing you to wake up early, work hard, and chase your dreams. On those days, everything feels possible. But on others, motivation disappears. It's nowhere to be found. You wake up tired, uninspired, and ready to quit. So what happens when motivation is gone? If you rely on it to fuel your actions, you'll find yourself stuck, unable to take the steps needed to achieve your goals. This is where discipline comes in. Discipline doesn't rely on how you feel. It's not about waiting for the perfect mood, the right circumstances, or the spark of inspiration. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, whether you're motivated or not. It's about showing up every day, pushing through the pain, and staying focused on the mission, even when every part of you wants to quit. Motivation will let you down. It will betray you when you need it most. But discipline? Discipline will carry you through. It will push you to take action, to grind, and to keep moving forward, even when the fire inside you feels like it's burning out. The most successful people in the world don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They understand that it's not about feeling good or being inspired. It's about committing to the process, trusting the journey, and doing the work day in and day out. When you choose discipline over motivation, you stop relying on external factors to determine your success. You become the one in control. And that is the key to unlocking your true potential. The real battle isn't about waiting for motivation to strike. It's about building the discipline to act, to stay consistent, and to keep pushing forward, no matter what. Chapter 5. Rewrite the story. Everyone has a story, a narrative they tell themselves about who they are, where they've come from, and where they're going. Most people think their story is written in stone. They believe their past mistakes, their failures, their hardships define their future. But here's the harsh truth. Your story is not finished yet. In fact, you have the pen. You are the one writing it. The past doesn't control you unless you let it. The mistakes you've made don't determine your worth. Your story is still unfolding, and you have the power to change the plot, to turn the page, and to rewrite your future. Every single day, you have the opportunity to shape who you are becoming. But to do that, you first have to confront the story you've been telling yourself. How many times have you convinced yourself that you're not enough? How many times have you allowed the failures of your past to hold you back from the greatness that lies ahead? How many times have you played small, simply because you believed that's all you were capable of? It's time to stop playing the victim. It's time to stop letting your past define your potential. It's time to rewrite the story. You are not the mistakes you've made. You are not the failures you've experienced. You are not the labels others have placed on you. You are the sum of your actions, your decisions, and your growth. And you can choose right now to take control of the pen and change your narrative. To rewrite your story, you must first let go of the old. The "I'm not good enough" mentality. The idea that you can't change, can't grow, can't achieve greatness. Throw those stories away. They no longer serve you. Start telling yourself a new story. One where you are powerful. One where you are capable of overcoming anything. One where failure is just another lesson, not a permanent setback. The past may be written, but the future, that's still up to you. So ask yourself, what kind of story do you want to tell? What's the legacy you want to leave behind? If you don't like the story so far, it's time to change it. The pen is in your hand, and the next chapter starts now. Chapter 6. Kill the victim. Build the fighter. It's easy to fall into the trap of victimhood. When life doesn't go your way, it's comforting to point fingers, to blame your upbringing, your circumstances, the people who let you down. The world becomes a place of unfairness, and you become the center of that unfairness. You tell yourself that you're a victim, that the deck was stacked against you from the start. But here's the cold reality. The moment you accept the label of a victim, you give away your power. You choose helplessness over strength. And as long as you keep playing the victim, you remain stuck in a cycle of passivity and inaction, waiting for life to change for you rather than changing it yourself. The truth is, no one owes you anything. Life is not a handout. No one is coming to rescue you. That's not meant to be cruel. It's meant to be empowering. Because once you realize that you are the one who has to rise, that you are the one who has to fight for the life you want, everything changes. The path from victim to fighter isn't easy. It requires a massive shift in mindset. You have to stop making excuses. Stop saying, "It's not my fault." Stop blaming others. You have to take full accountability for your life, no matter the circumstances. That's the first step to building the fighter within. A fighter doesn't blame anyone but themselves for their losses. A fighter doesn't wait for perfect conditions or favorable circumstances. A fighter wakes up and says, "I may not have control over everything, but I can control my response. I can control my effort. I can control how I react to challenges." Being a fighter isn't about always winning. It's about the mindset, the refusal to back down, to give up, to let life dictate your fate. The fighter understands that pain is part of the process. They embrace it, learn from it, and grow stronger because of it. If you're tired of feeling like life is happening to you, if you're done being a victim of your past, then it's time to build the fighter within you. Start today. It doesn't matter where you come from or what's happened in the past. The only thing that matters is what you do right now. Victims wait. Fighters act. Which one will you choose to be? Chapter 7. When no one believes in you, there will be moments in your life when no one believes in you. No one sees your potential. No one sees the hard work you put in behind closed doors. No one sees the sacrifices, the sleepless nights, the relentless pursuit of your goals. And in those moments, it can feel like you're invisible. It can feel like the world is telling you, "You're not good enough." But what if I told you that this is your greatest advantage? What if I told you that the times when no one believes in you are actually the times when you should be the most dangerous? When no one believes in you, the only person you need to prove anything to is yourself. The world may doubt you, your family may question your choices, and your friends may wonder why you keep pushing when nothing seems to change. But their doubt is not your reality. Their disbelief doesn't define who you are or who you're becoming. The truth is, most people don't understand the vision you have for your life. They don't see the journey, the risks, the sacrifices. They only see the surface, the immediate results, or the lack of them. But this journey is yours. It's not theirs to understand. And it's not theirs to validate. They don't have the right to hold you back with their doubts. The greatest achievements in history were built by people who were told they couldn't do it. They were told they were crazy, unrealistic, too ambitious, too different. But they didn't listen to the voices that doubted them. They listened to the one voice that mattered, their own. The key to success when no one believes in you is not to seek external validation, but to trust in your own belief, to dig deep inside and find the strength to keep going, even when no one else understands why you're doing it. This is the true test of your commitment, your resilience, and your vision. It's easy to give up when no one believes in you. It's easy to quit when the world tells you to stop. But the real power lies in your ability to keep going when everyone else has written you off. That's when you show what you're made of. When no one believes in you, keep going anyway. Let your actions speak louder than the words of doubt. Prove to yourself that you can achieve greatness, even when the world thinks you can't. Because in the end, the only voice that matters is the one telling you to keep fighting. Chapter 8. Your habits are your identity. Habits are not just things you do, they are who you are. Every action, every decision, every routine, and every choice you make shapes the person you become. And most people don't realize this. The life you're living right now is the result of the habits you've built or failed to build up until this point. If you want to change your life, you have to change your life. It's that simple. The person who wants success but refuses to wake up early, refuses to put in the work, and refuses to change their daily routines will never see that success. The person who says, "I want to be great," but then spends their days wasting time and making excuses, is only fooling themselves. Your habits don't lie. They tell the truth about what you truly value, what you're willing to fight for, and what you believe about your own potential. If you want to be someone who is driven, disciplined, and successful, you must build habits that reinforce those values. And if you want to be someone who gives up easily, who procrastinates, or who settles for mediocrity, your habits will reflect that too. Habits form your identity. They create the foundation for your character, your success, and your failures. Every day you either reinforce the person you want to be, or you reinforce the person you don't want to be. This is why small habits matter. It's the small, seemingly insignificant actions that pile up over time and lead to big results. Waking up an hour earlier, writing down your goals, saying no to distractions, working when you'd rather rest. These tiny actions, repeated consistently, become the building blocks of the person you are and the person you're becoming. If you want to be the type of person who crushes goals, who stays disciplined, who lives a life of excellence, then you need to design your habits accordingly. And it starts right now. Take a hard look at the habits that are shaping your current life. Are they moving you closer to the person you want to become? Or are they holding you back? It's time to stop waiting for motivation or for life to change. Your habits are the key to your transformation. And every day is a chance to choose which version of yourself you're going to reinforce. So choose wisely. Every choice matters. Every action counts. If you don't like the habits you have, then start building new ones. Better habits, stronger habits. Habits that reflect the life you want to live. It's not easy, but it's simple. And it starts now. Chapter 9. Mastering. The inner voice, the most dangerous battle you will ever face, is the one that happens in your own mind. It's the voice that tells you you're not good enough. It's the voice that whispers, "You can't do this," when things get tough. It's the voice that reminds you of your failures, your weaknesses, and your insecurities. Every day, that voice speaks to you. Sometimes it's subtle. But it's always there, working against your growth, trying to hold you back from becoming the person you're meant to be. The problem is, most people listen to that voice. They believe the lies it tells. They allow their self-doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs to control their actions. But here's the truth. That voice is not who you are. It's simply a collection of past experiences insecurities, and fear, trying to protect you from pain. It's a product of your old programming, your old self. To win the battle of you views you must master that inner voice. You must learn to control it, not let it control you. The first step is to recognize that it's just noise. It's not true. It's not reality. It's just a story you've been telling yourself for far too long. The next step is to replace the negativity with positive, empowering thoughts. When the voice says, "You're not strong enough," you counter it with, "I am stronger than I've ever been." When it says, "You'll never make it," you say, "I'm on the right path, and I'll keep going, no matter what." When it says, "It's too hard," you say, "Hard is what makes me grow." You cannot control everything that happens in life, but you can control your inner dialogue. You can choose what you believe. You can choose how you react. And by choosing empowering thoughts over self-doubt, you start to change your entire reality. Mastering the inner voice isn't about silencing it completely. It's about learning how to drown out the negative and amplify the positive. It's about taking control of the narrative in your head and writing a new story, one that empowers you, motivates you, and reminds you of your strength. Every time you hear that voice telling you to quit, to give up, to back down, remember, you don't have to listen. You don't have to believe it. You have the power to tell yourself a different story, one where you're strong, capable, and unstoppable. The only person who can limit you is you. So take control of your inner voice and make it work for you, not against you. The battle of you sees you is won or lost in your mind. Master that, and the rest of your life will follow. Chapter 10. Embrace. The pain's success is not born from comfort. It is not born from ease. It is not born from the moments when everything is going right, when the path is smooth, and the journey is simple. Success is born from pain, from struggle from discomfort. We've all heard the phrase, "No pain, no gain," but few truly understand what it means. Pain is not the enemy. It is the forge in which your true character is built. Every time you face hardship, every time you experience failure, every time you push past your limits, you are growing. You are becoming stronger. You are transforming into someone who can handle greater challenges, greater success. Pain is the gateway to growth. If you avoid it, you avoid progress. If you shy away from discomfort, you shy away from becoming the person you're meant to be. The path to greatness is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But each one of those moments is an opportunity to level up, to become better, to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Embracing pain means understanding that it is temporary. It means realizing that it is not a permanent state, but a necessary part of the process. Every time you feel like giving up, every time the pain seems unbearable, remember this. The moment you push through is the moment you break through. The most successful people in the world are not those who avoided pain. They are those who embraced it, who leaned into it, who used it as fuel to keep going when everyone else would have quit. They don't look at pain as something to fear. They see it as a sign that they are on the right path, that they are pushing themselves to new heights, that they are becoming the best version of themselves. So stop running from pain. Stop pretending that it doesn't exist or that it shouldn't be part of your journey. Embrace it. Learn to welcome it as part of the process. It's not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you're growing. Pain will not break you. It will make you. It will shape you into someone who is stronger, more resilient, and more capable of achieving everything you want in life. The next time pain shows up, don't turn away from it. Run toward it. Step into it. Let it fuel you. And remember, the greatest reward comes to those who are willing to embrace the pain. Chapter 11. Fear is your greatest teacher. Fear is a powerful force. It holds you back, keeps you from taking risks, and whispers in your ear that you're not ready, not good enough, not capable. It makes you hesitate when you should act. It keeps you trapped in the safety of what you know, preventing you from stepping into the unknown, from pursuing the life you truly desire. But what if fear wasn't something to avoid? What if it was something to embrace? Fear is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher. It is a signal that you are on the verge of growth. When you feel fear, it's because you are about to step outside of your comfort zone. You are about to do something that will challenge you, that will push you, that will force you to become a better version of yourself. Fear is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are doing something worth doing. Think about the times in your life when you felt fear. Every significant moment of growth, every time you've made a big leap, every time you've taken a risk, you've likely felt fear. But when you pushed through that fear, when you decided to move forward anyway, that's when you experienced the greatest rewards. That's when you learn the most about yourself. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who don't feel fear. They are the ones who choose to act in spite of it. They understand that fear is not a barrier. It's a bridge that leads to new opportunities, new experiences, and new levels of success. Fear is the compass that points you toward the very things you need to face in order to grow. And the more you face your fears, the more you learn to conquer them. The real question is, how will you respond to fear? Will you let it stop you, paralyze you, and keep you in your comfort zone? Or will you see it as a sign that you are on the right path? Will you use fear as fuel to move forward, to break through, and to become the person you are meant to be? Fear is not here to break you. It's here to build you. It's here to test your resolve and show you what you're truly made of. And when you learn to face fear head on, to take action even when you're scared, you will unlock a new level of power within yourself. Let it challenge you, and let it push you toward the greatness that lies on the other side. Fear is not the enemy. It is the teacher that will guide you to the life you've always wanted. Chapter 12. The power of consistency. We all want to be successful. We all want to achieve our dreams and live a life that reflects our potential. But there's one truth that most people overlook when pursuing greatness. It's not the grand gestures or the big breakthroughs that lead to success. It's the small, consistent actions, day in and day out, that make the biggest difference. The power of consistency cannot be overstated. It's easy to be excited when you start something new. The energy is high, the motivation is strong, and you feel unstoppable. But as time goes on, the excitement fades, the challenges increase, and your motivation begins to wane. Consistency is the true differentiator between those who succeed and those who don't. Success is built in the small, everyday actions that you take consistently over time. It's the daily grind, the moments when no one is watching, The times when you don't feel like doing the work, but you do it anyway. This is where real growth happens. Look at any successful person in the world. They didn't get there overnight. They didn't achieve their success through bursts of effort or moments of brilliance. They achieved it through consistent action, through showing up every day, doing the work, and refusing to quit when things got tough. The problem is, consistency isn't always glamorous. It's not about instant results. It's about the long-term process. It's about doing the things you know you need to do, even when you don't see immediate rewards. It's about pushing through the plateaus, continuing to work hard when you feel stuck, and staying focused on your vision even when progress feels slow. But here's the truth. Even if you're not seeing the results right away, they are coming. Every action you take, no matter how small, is compounding over time. Every rep you do, every hour you put in, every small decision you make to stay disciplined is building the foundation for something much bigger than you can see in the moment. Success isn't a one-time thing. It's the result of countless small actions, repeated consistently, that add up to create something extraordinary. Consistency is what turns average into greatness. It's the habit of pushing forward, even when the rewards are not immediate, that separates the dreamers from the doers. It's the commitment to the process that leads to results. If you want to succeed, you need to embrace the power of consistency. Stay committed to the journey, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Keep showing up. Keep putting in the work. Keep taking the small, consistent actions every single day. And over time, you will see the results. Success won't come overnight, but with consistency, it will come. And when it does, you'll realize that the power was always in the small things. It was the consistency that got you there. Chapter 13. You're not alone in this fight. There are times when the journey feels too long, the obstacles feel too big, and the weight of the world feels like it's pressing down on you. It's easy to feel like you're fighting this battle alone, like no one understands what you're going through, like you're the only one facing these challenges. But the truth is, you're never truly alone in your fight. Everyone who has ever achieved anything of significance has faced moments of doubt, struggle, and isolation. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is not that they didn't face challenges. It's that they didn't let those challenges define them. They understood that struggles are part of the journey, and they found the strength to keep going, even when they felt alone. In reality, everyone is fighting their own battle. You may not see it, but everyone has their own demons, their own fears, their own burdens. No one has it all figured out. We all have our moments of weakness, our moments of uncertainty, and our moments when we question whether it's all worth it. But the key to moving forward is not to hide those feelings or to isolate yourself. It's to recognize that everyone is going through something, and that you don't have to fight alone. Sometimes the support you need comes from the most unexpected places. Maybe it's a friend who reminds you of your strength when you've forgotten. Maybe it's a mentor who believes in you before you believe in yourself. Maybe it's a community of like-minded individuals who are also on their own journeys, supporting each other through the ups and downs. The important thing is that you're not in this fight by yourself. No one achieves greatness alone. We are all interconnected, and the people around you can be your greatest source of strength. It's okay to lean on others, to ask for help, and to share your struggles. You don't have to carry the burden of your dreams by yourself. The people who succeed are not the ones who keep everything inside and pretend that they don't need help. They're the ones who recognize the value of support, of community, and of connection. They are the ones who are brave enough to reach out when they need it. and to give that support to others when they can. Remember, no matter how lonely the journey may feel at times, you are not alone. There is always someone who understands, who cares, and who is willing to walk beside you. You don't have to face your struggles in isolation. You are part of a larger story, a larger community, and together you will rise. The fight is hard, but together we can make it through. Chapter 14. Fail forward. Failure is often seen as the end of the road. A dead end. A sign that you're not good enough, not capable enough, or not meant for success. Society teaches us that failure is something to be avoided at all costs, that it's something that should be feared, something that should make us feel ashamed. But what if everything we've been taught about failure is wrong? What if failure isn't the end, but the beginning? Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. It's a necessary stepping stone on the path to greatness. Every failure, every setback, every mistake is a lesson waiting to be learned. The people who succeed are not those who avoid failure. They are the ones who fail, get back up, and keep moving forward. The key is to fail forward. When you fail, don't see it as a roadblock. See it as a lesson. See it as an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to grow stronger. Failures show you what doesn't work, and in doing so, they bring you closer to figuring out what does. The more you fail, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more you grow. The more you grow, the closer you get to your goals. Success is never a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, setbacks, and detours. The road to success is built on the foundation of failure. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has failed countless times. What makes them great is not their ability to avoid failure, but their ability to use it as fuel for their next attempt. They don't let failure define them. They let it refine them. If you're afraid of failure, you're never going to grow. If you're too afraid to try, too afraid to take risks, too afraid to fail, you'll never move forward. Failure is uncomfortable, but it's also essential. It's what makes you resilient. It's what teaches you to keep going even when the road gets tough. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Those who succeed fail, but they fail forward. They take what they've learned, adjust their approach, and try again. They don't let failure stop them. They use it to fuel their next step. So stop fearing failure. Stop seeing it as something to avoid. Instead, embrace it. Learn from it. And most importantly, fail forward. Because every failure is just one step closer to success. Chapter 15. The power of perspective. How you see the world will determine how you experience it. Your perspective is everything. It shapes your thoughts, influences your actions, and ultimately defines the quality of your life. Two people can experience the same event and walk away with entirely different perceptions. One might see it as a challenge to overcome, while the other sees it as a roadblock. One might see it as a lesson, while the other sees it as a failure. The difference isn't in the event, it's in the way they choose to view it. Your perspective can either empower you or limit you. It can either elevate you or keep you stuck. And it all comes down to your mindset. If you choose to see the world as full of opportunities, full of lessons to be learned, full of challenges to be conquered, then that's what you'll experience. If you choose to see the world an endless series of obstacles, setbacks, and unfair circumstances, then that's what you'll experience. The most successful people in life don't necessarily have it easier than anyone else. They just choose to see things differently. They choose to see setbacks as opportunities for growth, failures as stepping stones, and adversity as a chance to build strength. They understand that life is not about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to what happens to you. And how you respond is shaped by your perspective. Perspective gives you power. It gives you the ability to take control of your life, no matter the circumstances. If you choose to focus on the negative, you'll be trapped in a cycle of frustration, self-doubt, and helplessness. But if you choose to focus on the positive, if you choose to see challenges as opportunities, obstacles as lessons, and failures as fuel, you'll develop a mindset that pushes you forward, that keeps you growing, and that propels you toward your goals. It's not the things that happen to you that define your life. It's how you choose to interpret them. When things go wrong, do you see it as the end of the road? Or do you see it as a detour to a better path? When you fail, do you see it as a reflection of your worth? Or do you see it as a chance to learn and improve? When life gets tough, do you see it as a sign to quit? Or do you see it as a chance to rise stronger than before? The power of perspective is that it's entirely in your hands. You can choose to look at life with a lens of positivity and possibility, or you can choose to look at it with a lens of negativity and limitation. The choice is yours. If you want to live a life of fulfillment and success, start by changing your perspective. Start seeing challenges as opportunities. Start seeing setbacks as lessons. Start seeing the world as a place full of potential, and you'll begin to unlock the true power of your life. The power to create, to grow, to thrive. The power to live the life you've always dreamed of. Chapter 16. The importance of patience in a world that celebrates instant gratification. It's easy to forget that true success takes time. We live in an era where we can have almost anything at the touch of a button. Food delivered in minutes, messages sent in seconds, and answers found in an instant. But when it comes to achieving greatness, when it comes to building the life you want, patience is a requirement. And in many ways, it is your greatest asset. Patience is not passive. It's not about sitting around and waiting for things to happen. Patience is an active process. It's about maintaining your faith, your commitment, and your focus, even when the results are not immediately visible. It's about continuing to do the work, even when it feels like you're not making progress. It's about trusting the process, trusting that your efforts will pay off in the long run, even if you don't see the rewards right now. True success doesn't happen overnight. Building something meaningful, whether it's your career, your health, your relationships, or your dreams, takes time. It's a series of small actions, repeated consistently, that eventually led to massive results. But it's easy to become discouraged when those results don't come as quickly as we'd like. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with images of success, of people who seem to have it all, and it's easy to think that we should be there already. But remember, what you see on the surface is often the result of years of hard work, sacrifice, and patience. It's important to understand that patience is not about waiting for life to hand you something. It's about having the resilience to keep going, even when the results aren't immediate. It's about trusting in your effort, staying committed to your goals, and understanding that the journey is just as important as the destination. Growth takes time. Change takes time. Success takes time. And the more you can embrace that truth, the more you'll be able to enjoy the journey instead of rushing to the end. Patience. allows you to enjoy the process, to learn from every step, to improve as you go, and to celebrate the small wins along the way. Every great achievement in history took time. Every person who has succeeded in any field, whether it's business, sports, art, or personal growth, has faced setbacks, moments of doubt, and periods of waiting. The difference is that they kept going. They were patient enough to continue doing the work, trusting that the results would come in time. And most importantly, they didn't let the lack of immediate results discourage them. If you want to be successful, you must learn to embrace patience. Keep putting in the work, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Keep believing in your journey, even when the end goal feels far away. Stay consistent, stay focused, and trust the process. Because success isn't just about the destination, it's about the person you become along the way. And the more patient you are with yourself, the more you'll learn, grow, and ultimately achieve the success you're working toward. Remember, the best things in life are often the ones worth waiting for. Patience is not just a virtue, it's the key to unlocking everything you've ever wanted. So trust the timing of your life and keep going. Success is on the way. Chapter 17. Taking ownership of your life. One of the most powerful decisions you can make is to take full ownership of your life. It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or even luck when things aren't going the way you want. We've all been there, feeling like the world is working against us, waiting for someone or something to change so we can finally make progress. But here's the truth. As long as you refuse to take ownership of your life, you're giving up control. Taking ownership means accepting full responsibility for where you are in life, regardless of the external factors. It's the realization that you have the power to shape your future through the choices you make. It's about understanding that your actions, your mindset, and your decisions are what ultimately determine your success. The moment you take ownership, you stop being a passive observer in your life and become an active creator of your future. Blaming others or external circumstances may offer temporary relief, but it's also disempowering. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of helplessness, where you feel like things are happening to you rather than for you. You can't change what's outside of you, but you can always change how you respond. You can't control the opinions or actions of others, but you can control your reactions, your mindset, and your effort. And when you take full responsibility for your life, you empower yourself to make meaningful changes. When you take ownership, you stop making excuses. You stop waiting for the perfect time or the right conditions. You understand that there will never be a perfect moment to start. You have to create the moment. You stop blaming your past, your environment, or your circumstances. You recognize that while you can't change what's happened to you, you can change how you move forward from here. Your past doesn't define your future. Your actions do. Taking ownership means being honest with yourself. It's about acknowledging your strengths, your weaknesses, your successes, and your failures. It's about being real about where you are, where you want to go, and the work it will take to get there. It's about not hiding behind excuses or pretending that things are different than they are. Taking ownership is about accepting that you are responsible for your own happiness, growth, and success. No one is going to do it for you. When you fully embrace ownership of your life, you take back the power to create the future you want. You start making decisions that align with your goals, your values, and your vision for your life. You take consistent action, Even when it's hard, you stop waiting for permission, and instead you step into your own power and start creating the life you deserve. The key to success is in your hands, and the first step toward achieving anything you want is to take ownership. Take responsibility for your life, your choices, and your future. Own your journey, and you'll unlock the limitless potential that lies within you. The moment you take ownership is the moment you truly begin to live. Chapter 18. The Power of Daily Habits. Success doesn't come from occasional bursts of effort. It doesn't come from big dramatic changes or from waiting for the perfect moment. Success is built on the small, consistent actions you take every day. Your daily habits shape your life. They dictate whether you'll succeed or fall short, whether you'll thrive or merely survive. The little things you do each day add up over time, and that's where true progress lies. Every habit you develop has the potential to either move you closer to your goals or push you further away from them. Think about it. If you're constantly making small, healthy decisions, your life will reflect that. If you consistently work on your skills, your fitness, or your mindset, you will improve day by day. But the same principle applies to negative habits. If you're consistently making excuses, procrastinating, or choosing comfort over progress, those habits will also add up over time and keep you stuck where you are. The key is to focus on the habits that will serve you. What are the things you can do every day that will push you forward? What can you commit to, no matter how small, that will help you grow, improve, and reach your goals? It doesn't matter how big the action is. It's the consistency that matters. The key is showing up every day, doing the work and building momentum over time. It's about making small, positive choices each day that compound into lasting change. The best part is that habits are something you can control. You can choose the habits that you develop. You can decide what you want to prioritize. Do you want to prioritize your health? Start by making one healthy choice every day. Whether it's eating a nutritious meal, working out for 30 minutes, or getting enough sleep. Do you want to improve your skills or not? Commit to learning something new every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Do you want to improve your mindset? Dedicate time to daily reflection, gratitude, or meditation. Success doesn't happen all at once. It's built piece by piece, day by day. And the great news is that you don't have to make massive changes overnight. You don't have to overhaul your entire life at once. Start with one small habit and build from there. The more consistent you are with your positive habits, the more they will become second nature. Eventually, they will become the foundation of your life. It's easy to underestimate the power of daily habits because they seem so small, so insignificant. But these small actions, repeated every day, will shape your future. They will determine your success. The most successful people aren't the ones who do everything perfectly. They're the ones who make small, positive choices consistently over time. And the beauty of this is that you can start today. You don't need to wait for a new month, a new year, or a new season to start building the life you want. Every day is an opportunity to create the habits that will lead you to success. The question is, what habits will you commit to today? Chapter 19. Embracing discomfort growth. This truth is uncomfortable in itself, but it's essential if you want to evolve, improve, and achieve more than you ever thought possible. Most of us naturally seek comfort. We want things to feel safe, familiar, and predictable. But real growth isn't found in the comfort zone. It's found in the spaces where you push yourself, where things feel uncertain, and where the challenge forces you to become more than you were yesterday. Discomfort is a sign that you are growing. It's a signal that you're on the right path. If you never feel uncomfortable, you're not pushing hard enough. If everything feels easy, it probably means you're not challenging yourself enough to reach the next level. And while discomfort can be painful, it's also where the magic happens. You can't grow if you're not willing to experience some level of discomfort. When you work out, your muscles grow and get stronger because you push them beyond their current limits. In the same way, you grow as a person when you push your own limits, whether it's in your career, your relationships, or your personal development. The key is to embrace discomfort rather than shy away from it. Instead of avoiding the hard conversations, the tough decisions, or the challenges, face them head on. Each time you step into discomfort, you're developing resilience. You're learning how to navigate the uncertainty and keep moving forward. And over time, what once felt difficult will become easier. The more you embrace discomfort, the more you will grow, and the more capable you will become. Discomfort isn't something to be feared. It's a sign that you're expanding. Sooner you accept this, the quicker you will see progress. The most successful people didn't get there by avoiding discomfort. They got there by leaning into it, by constantly challenging themselves, and by learning to thrive in the face of adversity. They learned how to take risks, make mistakes, and keep going, even when things were tough. And in doing so, they transformed into the person they needed to be to reach their goals. The discomfort you feel is temporary. The growth that comes from it is permanent. Every time you push yourself beyond what feels comfortable, you're building new strength, new skills, and new confidence. You're becoming the person capable of achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. The more you face discomfort, the more you'll realize that it's not something to fear. It's something to embrace, because it means you're on the path to greatness. Don't let the fear of discomfort hold you back. Let it drive you forward. Let it be the signal that you're doing the work. And remember, the more you lean into it, the easier it becomes to keep going. Discomfort isn't an enemy. It's your ally. It's the key to unlocking the next level of your life. So what are you willing to face today to step into growth? Embrace discomfort, and you'll find yourself stronger, wiser, and closer to your goals. Chapter 20. Mastering Self-Discipline. Self-discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. It's the ability to stay committed to what you've set out to do, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's tough, and especially when distractions seem more appealing. We all have dreams. We all have goals. But without the drive to consistently take action, those dreams will remain just that, dreams. Self-discipline is what transforms dreams into reality. It is the key that unlocks the door to success, and it starts with one simple but powerful decision: to show up every day, no matter what. The good news is that self-discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you can build. Just like a muscle, the more you practice it, the stronger it gets. Every time you resist the urge to give in to distractions, every time you choose to stay focused on the work in front of you, you're strengthening your self-discipline. But just like any muscle, it takes time to develop. There will be days when it's easy to stay disciplined, and days when it feels almost impossible. But the key is not to give up on those tough days. The key is to push through, to make that one more decision to stay committed. Self-discipline is all about delayed gratification. It's about choosing long-term rewards over short-term pleasures. It's about doing the hard work now so that you can enjoy the rewards later. It's about saying no to temporary distractions so you can say yes to your bigger vision. While others may be giving in to instant pleasures, binge watching TV, scrolling through social media, or procrastinating, you're focused on your long-term goals. You understand that the success you desire won't come easily, but you're willing to put in the effort every single day to achieve it. The power of self-discipline comes from your ability to say no to things that don't align with your goals, and yes to the things that will get you closer to where you want to be. It's about making decisions that serve your future self, even when your present self would rather take the easy route. Whether it's waking up early to work on your dreams, turning down distractions, or pushing through the hard moments, self-discipline allows you to stay on track. One of the keys to mastering self-discipline is creating strong, healthy habits. The more positive habits you develop, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined. When your habits are aligned with your goals, you don't have to rely on willpower alone. The actions become automatic, and self-discipline becomes second nature. So, focus on building the right habits. Focus on doing the small things every day that align with your goals. And over time, those small actions will add up to massive success. Self-discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about doing the work even when you don't feel like it, and staying focused on your goals even when distractions try to pull you away. You will have days where your discipline falters, and that's okay. The important thing is that you don't give up. You get back on track, and you keep moving forward. Mastering self-discipline is not just about achieving success. It's about becoming the person who is capable of success. It's about becoming someone who is focused, committed, and unwavering in the pursuit of their goals. And once you've built that discipline, nothing can stand in your way. So, ask yourself, what can you do today to strengthen your self-discipline? What small action can you take to move closer to your goals, even when it feels hard? Stay committed, stay disciplined, and watch as your dreams become your reality.